Time for a new start to your year. We are going to be talking about journals. I've got now on my 8th journal, I guess technically like 8th year of like journaling on and off. It's been good, it's been bad, it's been inconsistent, but I want to talk about why I think everyone should do it and how I've done it. Now, personally, I did not think of this solely on my own. I did find this from another YouTuber named Clark Kegley, if I remember his name correctly. He introduced me to journaling back in around 2019, maybe a little bit earlier, with just this journal here that I filled up a small amount. I was learning, kind of improving. I would write my date, basically, and from there I had a bunch of quotes. So like I had in here, I had a ton of quotes, different things. I was in college at the time still, so I had like, different things I found, like we did a strength finder and it told me, where I was strong at and 1% net worth by age, etc. I had all of that. I had various quotes, different things I was reading, affirmations. I had it sectioned off and I didn't fill it in a ton, right? But I did some. I had deep work. I took a bunch of notes from books. Took some things from that and learned. 2020, another year, we then kind of worked on it and did the same thing. We have more quotes, more things to kind of go back on, but then I started putting in some rules. I started adding in various different goals. I had how many days in a row I would accomplish something. I'd have an entire page dedicated to like this right here. How many days without nicotine? How many days without caffeine? How many days of meditation I would do? These are ideas I want you to think about if you decide to go through this. I think everyone can benefit from sitting down and dedicating time to themselves. I continue to improve. 2021, I'm using the journal more. I'm taking notes in a more separate and creative way, I guess I could put it. For instance, here, instead of it being like I would journal, but then I would also just make it like my to-do list, right? Every single day, I would have my to-do list on here, and I sectioned it off where every page was 2 days, split in half, and so a total of 4 days per flip, right? And I would go through this and, to do my to-do list, I would take notes, kind of write various things that were either on my mind, that were occupying my thoughts, things I wanted to remember, things I wanted to do alongside of all that. So 2022, it becomes a little bit more organized. I'm kind of changing what I'm working on. My initial thing is now some goals I'm working on, more days, which I'll talk about, and maybe you want to do it, maybe you do not. I'm still doing like the daily breakdowns for each time, various days. I filled this one up a lot. Basically, the entire journal, front to back, is like basically filled up. 2022, I did more improvements. 23, same thing. It's basically the entire journal is filled almost exactly. 24, and now I'm going over this. I was a little not there. 2024 was a year where I kind of got off track. Same with a lot of 2025. I fell off the boat, right? And we're kind of circling back. I kept it up. I still did it, but it wasn't perfect. Now, 2026. If you want to get yourself a journal, you can get them on Amazon. I put a link down there. It is an affiliate link, so it does kick back a little bit to me, not a ton. But if you do want to support me, that's one way too. But basically, I go and just buy this completely blank journal, right? It's empty. Absolutely nothing in it, right? Very simple. I write the year in big letters, and then I put something down below. You don't even have to do that. I always put like goals, thoughts, and something else, like accomplishments, whatever it is. You don't have to do that. I put the year here on the spine because personally I put this on a bookshelf. I like to see the year if I want to refer back to it. Now, for me, the first thing I always do, and it's gonna be controversial. Some people think it's gonna be weird. You don't have to do this. I learned this from him, but I did like the idea. I have this number here, 22,995. Give or take some days if you'd like to, but basically this is the amount of days left until the year 2089. Basically, it's almost the end of 2089. I would be about 91 years old. And the idea there is like, hey, I may or may not be dead at that time. There's a good possibility. I mean, 91's pretty old. It's not meant to bring you down, but it is there to remind you that there is like a finite time in life, and to not waste time per se. At least appreciate the time that we have. Is 23,000 a number that's hard to grasp? I mean, in a lot of ways, yes. But in a lot of ways, no. That is reasonably, I mean, it goes down 1,000 every 3 years pretty much, right? So it's 365 days. It's going down pretty quickly every year. And as I look through these journals, I see that number has dropped and dropped and dropped. And I've not done enough. But the journal can help you keep those thoughts in line. So if you'd like, get yourself a journal. They have packs at like Walmart or whatever supply store of like silver Sharpies. You can get bronze, copper, whatever. I use the silver personally. I write the year. I always start off and then do my days left. I will do my goals right here on the front page of the goals that I want to accomplish for that time. I will then save pages, usually like a few, maybe 3, 4, 5 pages of various goal areas that I want to fill in. Now, this year's a little bit different. I've got a trifold I'm also using as a visual reminder beyond just going through the journal. The journal is going to be used to go in every day and spend 5-10 minutes, either beginning or end of day. Personally, I think it's very useful. You can do it however you'd like. This is something that you have to do individually. The one thing I want to just make sure to talk about here is that with the journaling, it doesn't have to be a diary. It doesn't have to be anything in particular, but I think it's good to at least notate your progress over time. Journal your thoughts is, I think, a very beneficial thing, especially showing gratitude is something I'm working on myself, but I think everyone can benefit from writing and at least showing gratitude in their journal on maybe not even a daily basis, but if you do it weekly, that would be fantastic. On top of that, it is a resource to refer back to. I can look back in these years and see where I was at, how much I weighed, where I was at mentally, what I was doing. And it reminds me of, I didn't do this, I didn't finish through with this, or I accomplished this and I forgot about it. It also serves as if and when I have kids in the future, or whoever else, can look through it and get a picture and kind of know me in a way that maybe I can't demonstrate, or maybe I can't remember, but it serves as like a historical marker of like myself, of my years growing up, going through adulthood. And I think a lot of people can benefit from maybe doing that. If you are sentimental at all, maybe you appreciate that fact. So hopefully this gives you some ideas for the new year going into it. I hope you have a good one, and I'll catch you guys later.